We're gonna bring some more stuff here for decorations, like statues or something like that. And right now we're gonna build big, background, like a wallpaper.
Like a wallpaper that'll show
that shows the country, the side of the country
right.
we live in.
Right.
It's gonna be Bidenski Karczma. Karczma means, in Polish, it's an old Polish word. They don't use that anymore, but it used to be used very much, like a pub, when you actually can eat something, but most of them were party and drinking.
This is the Italian section of the St. Bede Academy Gala Auction. Paul Black and his wife Julie Black, he's a local carpenter. He is building this whole area. You could see the gondola up there with the typical poles that you'll see over in the Adriatic Sea. What you're going to be able to do is come and get a little Sampanelli on Saturday night, taste a little Peroni beer, and sit in the piazza and watch the people stroll by. In this section here, we're going to have all of our silent auction items that have to do with the home. Over here behind the little kiosk where you'll be able to get your Sampanellis on Saturday, and then on Friday, we're going to serve gelato. This is Oktoberfest at St. Bede. This is called Bee House. Notice we used our Bee logo over there on the sign, and we spelt the house just like a typical German name. And this is where you're going to say, I'm Prosit. You're going to be able to come here and get some German beer. On Friday night, we're going to have pretzels, and on Saturday, we are having German sausage with a mustard dip. I think it's going to be very popular that night. This one is really interesting. This one is Patio Bruin's Irish Pub. The roofing was all thatched. Father Dominic and Andy Eaton went on the grounds here and cut some tall grasses, and then we stapled them up there. On Friday night, we're serving an Irish beer with Irish chili, and then on Saturday night, corned beef on rye and more Irish beer. If you're a Bruin fan, you need to come right here because everything in this area has something to do with St. Bede, whether it was made by a priest or it's a certificate to attend a camp. One of the really cool ones that we're starting this year is you can buy a spot for your daughter or son to join the cheerleaders for the homecoming game. This is the one that I'm working on with my sister Debbie Kohar, and this is called Slovenia. And this structure over here, which I know you are not familiar with, is called a kazolec. And they are all over, every home in the farmlands have this. And this is what they dry their hay on. A lot of times now they're more for like decorations and that. We called this one Benedict's Orchard because, again, we were trying to bring St. Bede into all of our kiosks. And Father Benedict was the first priest that started the St. Bede Orchard here. And you can see we have some trees up there with apples on them. We're calling this our Gostilna. A Gostilna is where you go for, it's kind of just like the Polish people call it a karczma. A Gostilna is where you go for good food and drink. This has been a really fun theme. And I started working in August, and we had to come up with something fast. And it was something that we could both grasp onto. I mean, I'm really into my Slovenian heritage. Tom is really into his Irish heritage. So we said, let's do something that we know we can do. And that's why we really wanted to, we thought about it, and we said, let's hit the churches of the Illinois Valley because people love this stuff, and we don't have enough of our heritage in the area. It's kind of like one of those things that are just going away. And there's so many little kids now that don't even know what they are because they're just such a mixture.